the right to disagree and say maybe a bit more sophistication, maybe a bit more in terms of introducing new players.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that that's the way he approaches it, and that's the league.
Liam, can I put a populist point to you that
another one?
Yes, another one. Yeah, I'm looking at the crowds tonight. Now we're top of the table, joint top of the table.
You were going to say that's down to the football we play?
No, I'm going to say
that's rubbish.
That's what I'm going to say. Yes, that we are not an attractive team.
That's down to the working man or the football supporter in Ireland not having any money.
Well, that's down
to the football supporter in Ireland keeping the money so he has to pay for his heating.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. But it's not the whole story, though.
Do not go down that road, Bill.
Yeah,
that is really
rubbish. I think Liam is right. People don't have €60 to come in.
I accept that.
And if you're bringing 2 kids, that's €180. You know, people. The natural constituents for football are the people who are hit hardest by this recession. And there's a lot of corporate hospitality here tonight. And that kind of stuff.
That's below the belt.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think it's below the belt.
It's a punch below the belt.
It is. I think it's a fair question on the basis of the fact that
it's typical of the media here we have in Ireland. It's below the belt.
That's
below the
nonsense.
belt.
Well,
It doesn't suit your argument, therefore it's below the belt.
No,
I think it's an unfair comment, Bill, because
there you go.
Before the recession with Trapattoni and in Jack when it wasn't attractive, this place was full.
Yeah.
So it's down to results. And I would agree with Liam too in lots of things that he said. With Trapattoni's CV, that's the way he has always set up teams. I think he's always been conservative in that particular way, and it's brought him good results. And what it does, Bill, the way he plays is he's dependent on the opposition not being as good as they should be to take advantage of what he does. And there are lots of teams who are not good enough. Even Macedonia tonight, they had a lot of possession of the ball, but they're not good enough to take advantage of what Trapattoni sets up his team. And they might not. In his career, he hasn't had many teams good enough to beat the teams in the way he sets them up. So I think he's always set it up. That's what he believes in. I don't agree with it, but that's what he believes in. And as Liam says, if you look at the table, and look at the tables at the World Cup last time, they're up there. And there'll be lots of times we'll be saying, and hopefully we'll be saying it when we qualify here, well, we didn't do that, we didn't do that.
Compared as well, John, to 6 years of pretty poor results.
Yeah. Well, there's no argument.
He hasn't come in on the back of a winning team.
No, we organised this team, and nobody can take that away from him.
This is what's called constructive criticism.
If I was manager, I'd probably play totally different. I'd probably try and play the way you wanted to play, the way you wanted to play. But you've got to understand where the man's coming from and where the team was when he picked it up.
Okay, but is his day gone?
I don't know.
No?
We just won tonight, Bill, to go top of the table.
Well,
if we finished the thing like that, we finished top of the table.
I think you judge a manager at the end of a campaign. Unless the campaign has fallen asunder before it ends.
There is an argument.
And I don't think this, sorry, Eamon, I think this group is going to go right down to the wire.
Oh, I think that's absolutely
I mean, there is an argument that the rigid 4-4-2 that he plays as a system in the international game, I think, is redundant, actually. It's too easy to get around it, and we're ripped apart here by a Russian team that understood how to do it. A well-managed Russian team. John doesn't agree with that, but
there's nothing to do with the system, Eamon. It's a philosophy before the game starts. And it's nothing to do with the 4 in the middle or 5 in the middle.
I know, John, that's rubbish.
Well, you once described it, Eamon, as Ireland playing Stone Age football.
Well, I think the 4-4-2, rigid, the way we played, and some of the long ball stuff we played in the second half tonight, some of the stuff I've seen from Ireland in recent times, is Stone Age football, and it's not necessary, but
it wasn't our football that won the game. It was great and determined.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we had to show that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of.
But aren't there elements that we have to look at and say for argument's sake that the midfield isn't good enough? I mean, Trapattoni was talking before the game about Gibson and the role Gibson was going to have, and he was going to shoot because he felt that was a weakness in the Macedonian team, which we saw clearly demonstrated in the first 2 Irish goals. But Gibson has blown it, I would have thought. Is that a fair comment?
He never got into a position, Bill,